If you've ever told yourself, I just need more discipline, this might completely change how you see that. Hi everyone, welcome back to Yoga Therapy with Ashley, where yoga meets psychotherapy for mind-body healing. I'm Ashley, social worker and yoga therapist. Today we're talking about a part of your brain called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. You may hear people online call this the center of willpower or the grit center, but that's not the full picture. Because this part of the brain isn't just about discipline. This area is constantly evaluating something much more specific. Is what I'm doing worth the effort? And based on that, your mind is deciding in real time if you should keep going on a task, hesitate, or check out completely. And this starts to explain something most people misunderstand about themselves. Because when you quit something or avoid, you probably tell yourself it's because you're lazy, unmotivated, or just need more self-discipline. But what's actually happening is much more precise than that. Your brain is running a calculation. It's weighing out how uncomfortable it feels against how much effort it's going to take to accomplish a task, and whether the outcome is going to be worth it or not. So if something feels too uncomfortable, too uncertain, or not meaningful enough, your system starts to pull back. It's not always that you can't push through. It's that your brain has decided this isn't worth it. And once you see that, something else starts to make a lot more sense. Why you can be incredibly disciplined in one area of your life and completely avoidant in another. You might be consistent with work, but avoid hard conversations, or disciplined in your body and self-care, but procrastinate on something creative. That inconsistency isn't random. This system is context dependent. It activates when something matters to you and there's resistance. And that tension, that moment where part of you wants to move forward and another part wants to shut it down, that's where this part of the brain comes online. So willpower isn't really about forcing yourself. It's not about being intense or always pushing. It's something much simpler and honest. It's the ability to stay with something when your system wants to leave. It's override, not motivation. This is where it directly connects to yoga, because in yoga philosophy, there's a concept called tapas. Tapas is often translated as discipline, but it's really about inner fire, the willingness to stay present through discomfort without immediately escaping, not forcing or numbing, but staying. And what's interesting is this brain process we're talking about is essentially the biological version of that. So the question becomes, if this is a system in the brain, can you actually train it? And the answer is yes, but probably not in the way you think. You don't build this in comfort. You build it in small moments, doing things where you want to stop, but you don't. That might look like finishing something when you feel resistance, holding a pose just a little longer, staying in a difficult conversation instead of shutting down, and even something really simple like pausing and taking one more breath instead of reacting right away. That's the work, not extreme discipline, not overhauling your life overnight, just consistent, intentional moments of staying when leaving would have been easier. And at the same time, there's an important piece here that people don't talk about enough. More grit is not always better, because this same system can also drive burnout, overworking, and ignoring your emotional limits. So this isn't about becoming someone who pushes through everything no matter what. It's about becoming someone who can actually discern when effort is aligned and when it's not. Because at the end of the day, you don't need more discipline. You need a better relationship with effort. If this resonated with you, subscribe and hit the notification bell for weekly videos, combining psychology and yoga for holistic healing. New videos drop every Friday. I'll see you next time.